My name is Ria Karamanchi. We are living in one of the most extraordinary times in history, where there isn't just one next big thing anymore. Soon, technologies like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, quantum computing, and so much more will be leveraged as tools to help solve a lot of the unsolved problems around the world that not a lot of people are working on. But what's important to see is a lot of these problems are actually opportunities in disguise that are just waiting for disruption. And a lot of companies are in a very unique position with an immediate access to capital, resources, and talent to help tackle a lot of these. So it's important to start embracing that risk taking culture, the startup culture, and start driving a lot of this change right here today. So I encourage everyone to take action, take a leap of faith, and make those crazy ideas into a reality right now.
Monty Zwiebin. My tip is to turn your cameras on. There's no doubt that when you can see people and they can see you, the connection is so much more profound. So as a leader of a software company, for all of our meetings, I cry out to everybody to turn their cameras on. I know for me that when I'm talking to them about today's world and our changes and transformations that are necessary for us to survive and hopefully eventually thrive, that authenticity and transparency is really only interpreted when they can see me. And I know how they feel when I can see them. And this is true for business. This is true for personal life. This is true for your family members. So my one tip for everyone is don't just call, but turn your cameras on.
Hi, I'm Vicki Bradley. My tip for you today as a leader is to really show up as being that person of influence, that person who really connects with your team during this transition and this challenging time we're having. So I stress to you the importance of communication, really making sure that you're checking in on a regular basis, making sure that you're including your team in discussions and decisions that need to be made to help us to continue to innovate and to evolve our businesses. This is a scary time for everybody. So more importantly right now is checking in, making sure that you're reaching out to your teams and bringing them together as a community. This will help to go a long way in keeping people inspired, and it helps you to bring out the best of your people. As a leader, we're here to inspire. Our role is to bring out the very best that we can in our people and help them to not only survive, but to thrive in this challenging time that we're in. This is a great way for us to open up those lines of communication and keep us all moving forward. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Benny Rubinstein, and my tip is focus on giving. Help someone, whether it is by giving career advice, mentoring, or simply by making a phone call to check in on how someone is managing through these rough times. Like giving campaigns where donors multiply your donation with matching dollars, the coronavirus pandemic will give you an opportunity to amplify the impact of your kindness, your empathy, and your generosity. Give a presentation to entrepreneurs on a topic that you master. See if an elder needs ordering food or medication online and help them out. Check out on an immigrant or a traveler who got stuck and share some links to free online resources and courses. You'll be amazed by how those gestures and actions will bring you more joy and hope than you can ever imagine. It's working for me, and I'm sure it will work for you. So stay home, stay healthy, stay positive, and don't forget to recap one thing you've learned every day.
I'm Caroline Kotze, and I'd like to share a tip with you today. We are living through unprecedented times, so I always say never waste a crisis. This is the time for you to start reflecting on how you want to come out of this crisis. Things are never going to be the same again. We all know that. But this is the time to come out of your comfort zone, to think of how you can contribute to the community in a way that's going to be different from what you've done before. How you can build a more resilient and more stable business for the future. I also feel that if you want to grow continuously, you need to come out of your comfort zone and overcome your fears. So at a time where we're all on the same boat, whether you're rich, you're poor, you're unemployed, or you have a big career, we are all in it together. So Coming out of your comfort zone will also strengthen your resilience and make you more powerful for all the years to come. I also think this is a time to reach out to your community and contribute with your thoughts, with your expertise, with your knowledge, and make it easier for all of us to go through this together.
Hi, my name is Mustafa Magdi. I thought I'd share with you some lessons that you might leverage now that you're working remotely with your teams. So I've been blessed with great leaders that all share some common qualities. First one is they're all very humble. People are eager to share their ideas if they sense that you care enough to listen. It's never about you. It's always about your team. You'll go so far stepping on people's heads, but you only look like a giant when you're carrying your team on your shoulders. Hold yourself and your ethics to a very high standard, and your team will follow. And finally, be passionate. It's very contagious.
Hi, my name is Cindy Havington, and I'm here today to talk to you about independent play. I have 3 tips for you. First, keep in mind your child's brain development, their attention span, which has a huge role in independent play. You need to remember that it's their age plus about 3 to 5 minutes. So a child who's 2 and plays about 5 to 6 minutes, it's actually really good. We can't expect them to play for 45 minutes on their own. Secondly, less is more when it comes to toys in their playroom. So research has actually shown that the less toys you have in their play environment, the better it is for their brain development and their attention span, and the longer they play with these toys. You can do this by having toy rotations, and it makes their environment new when they come into their playroom. Third is your role as a parent. We need to keep in mind that independent play and developing attention span does not develop on its own. We, as parents, have a huge role in this. So the more time you spend playing with your child, the more time they will play on their own once you step away. So if you have a meeting at 9, play with them from 8:30 to 9, and then step away. Odds are they will be able to play on their own because you filled up that love tank. That's it. Thanks a lot.
Hi, my name's Sean Rosemarin. Here's my tip. During this trying time, the one gift we all have been given is time, and more time than we've had before. Think about what that means to you personally. Where was your commute? Where was your transportation? Where was all the dead time in the world that we were all in? Take that dead time and add it all up. Was it an hour a day, 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week, 50 hours a month? That's now a gift. How are you going to use that gift? Think about your dreams, your aspirations, your desires, things you've always wanted to get to but didn't have the time. Well, that time is now there. Embrace it. Read a book, write a book, get a little better at guitar, decide to do more exercise, spend more time with your family, map out your voyages and vacations you're going to take in the future. This is a gift, and embracing it will change your mindset and also build a plan for all these wonderful things you can do in the future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Imogen Coe. I'm a professor and a scientist. I teach biology. I do research in a hospital, but I'm also a mom and a wife, and I take care of people, and I'm really concerned about the health and well-being of my community. So my tip for you is to make sure that when you're getting information about things that you need to do or things that you want to do to make sure your family is healthy, make sure you get really good information. Make sure you get information from good sources. Make sure you stick to the science and the medicine. There's a lot of bad information out there, and that bad information can travel very fast. But if somebody's trying to sell you something, or they've got some quick fix, that's usually a sign that it's not great information. So stick to the science. I stick to the science. I work really hard as a scientist to make sure that you can have the best information possible, and be well. Take care.
Hey guys, I'm Jamie Benizri, and I got my little sidekick here by my shoulder, and I want to talk about something that I've been going through, especially with what's happening in the world, and that's trying to create new opportunities. When in fact, I think the biggest opportunity today is harvesting the amazing relationships that we've created over the past couple of years. Because what will happen is that when you focus on the people that are around you, the people that actually have your back, instead of creating new opportunities, people will come out of this stronger. They will be more united. There will be more solidarity between them. And I think that's where the real value today is. Just like people who survive wars together or who go through hardships, people who come out of this together are going to be stronger. So don't focus on what else you can do. Focus on what you've done and the people that have been with you in this crisis and beyond, because they're likely to be with you when this is all done. I'm Jamie Ben-Isri.
Tanya Ferreira. My tip today is about positivity. Being positive is not always easy, and many times it's easier said than done. But what I've found is that positivity breeds positivity. What do I mean by this? I look for the positive good news. I look for the Italians on balconies. I look for the 90-year-olds that are recovering from coronavirus. I look to my housemates and the family that I have to stay positive, to joke with puzzles, to have a good time, to have that social aspect. I create exercise classes so that we can laugh and communicate and get to know each other again, even if it is virtual. It's positive, discipline yourself. It's a mindset. You have to set your mind to it. If you don't, then that is where the real challenge lies. It's up to you. Reach out, ask for help, and find the positivity in your life.
Hi, everybody. My name is Luc Villeneuve. I live in Toronto, Canada. During those days of not having to come to the office every day, everybody needs to find a ways to fill the days, fill the hours during the day. So what I've done over the last few weeks is every Monday I have a management call with my management team. We come up with 4 or 5 things we need to do during the week that normally we would not have time to do. And we share that with the team in the afternoon. So Monday morning, management meeting, Monday afternoon, our overall team meeting, and we task people to do things that they would normally not have the time to do, such as CRM cleanup, such as certification, online training, try to get them better off so when we're back to work, all the knowledge, all the training they would accumulate, they will be able to do a better job. We also task our IT people to implement different communication tools like Slack to help us to communicate as a group. As well, we're taking advantage of the time that our solution architects are not as busy to implement Office 365 in the meantime. So these are my tips for the week.
Hello, I'm Natasha Denberg, and I would like to talk to you about my recent experience. I don't know about you, but I'm calling my parents, friends, or kids while I'm driving. And I'm using video conferences while I'm having very serious meetings, work meetings. But recently, I had interesting experience. We had video chat with my very good friend, and we both realized how good it felt. We were sitting, looking at each other, chatting, laughing, and no one of us was driving at the same time or cooking or shopping. So we paid entire attention to each other, and it felt very good and very appropriate. We didn't have that time for a long time already, so it felt very refreshing. Try to do that not only for your work meetings, but try to do that for yourself, with your friends. Try, feel good, and please be safe.
My name is Dr. Gustavo Grudnitsky. My 60-second tip, mental reframe. Our brain will solve the problems that we present to it. So our solution is to present the right problem to our brain. The 3 most common questions I've received since the outbreak of this pandemic. Number 1, are we going to survive? The reframe, what must we do to survive? Number 2, how many employees do I have to cut? The reframe, what must we do to keep our employees busy and productive? Number 3, how long will this last? That is a how long must I hold my breath question. This is not about holding your breath. The reframe is what must we do to build a business that succeeds in this new world environment.
Hello, my name is Catherine Korakakis, and I'm here today to tell you that creativity in the face of challenge is what you need to do right now. When change happens, it's generally unexpected, and being creative isn't a human response. Generally, to stress, generally fight or flight is, but it doesn't have to be. You can also think, focus, and it's important at these times when time is of the essence. When there are challenging events that are happening, it creates an environment for innovation. And at the best of times, innovation is optimal, but during a crisis, it is urgent and is actually vital. Even though we would all like to avoid crisis situations, the thing that it does is it forces us to think of things in new ways and to search for solutions where we haven't thought of them before. So here it is. Just do it. You adapt, you change, you try, you fail. But with a lot of pressure from the situation, the failure might not seem like an option, but you have to try. All you can do is do your best and take responsibility.
Hi there, this is Paul Lewis, and my tip for you today is to remain and keep your people centricity. I've traveled 400,000 miles last year, 1,000,000 miles in my lifetime. I can tell you that the sum of human experience is getting a cup of coffee, chatting with friends, and of course, going home and watching TV. Maintain that activity. You need to make sure you get the best beans, you froth your milk, you make amazing cappuccino at home. Continue that exercise. You need to make sure you get on Zoom and get on Hangouts. Make sure you call people every hour. Make sure that you're interacting with every human you could physically think about. And of course, spend as much time as you can with your family. Play board games, go for a walk, watch TV, watch a movie. This is how you keep the human interaction, keep people centric, and do everything you can to make sure everybody's happy. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Işık Şerif Soy from Istanbul, Turkey. I think everything is natural until we give it a meaning. You and I can perceive the same conditions differently, and our reactions can be different. On my side, when I have a challenge, I prefer to be a problem solver instead of giving up or instead of letting it defeats me. In order to manage this, I'm aware of my thoughts. I work on them. And I keep my spirit high by controlling my thoughts. I choose to stay on the positive side and focus on the results that I prefer to have. And then I take the actions needed for these results. Nobody else can do it for me, and I think nobody should do it. Just trust yourself, take action, and be your own light.
Hey, my name is Dave Lowy, and I'm here to give you my 1-minute tip. Winston Churchill once said, to improve is to change, to be perfect is to change often. And we have an amazing opportunity to do that today. We have some very hard challenges ahead of us, which bring amazing opportunities as well. So be open, be flexible, and adapt. But don't succumb to change. And don't let the change define you. You can define change and the outcome. It's like cooking. You cook a recipe, you have to keep trying. You have to keep trying new ingredients till you get that perfect meal. So how you react and how you interact with others is what defines you. Define your destiny and create your own outcomes.
Hey guys, it's Ashley Houston. I wanted to jump on here to lend some support your way during this time of crisis. I know that it can be a really, really trying time for your mental health, and it can really take a toll on it. So I wanted to offer some tips to kind of try to help you with that. Someone that struggles with anxiety, first off, would be to definitely limit your news consumption. That can cause so much more fear than good at this time. And then maybe distract yourself, whether that be taking an online course, learning a different language, taking on a house project, movies, Netflix, all of those things. Really, really focus on self-care during this time, whether that be journaling, yoga, sleep, because that really, really can help your mental health during this time. And then maybe find a vent buddy to kind of balance each other and ping pong back and forth between each other. So I hope that helps you, and stay safe.
Hi, my name is Paulo Fortunio. And my wish for today is to collectively learn from our new normal and great equalizer called COVID-19. This scourge has and will continue to decimate us wherever we live. It's also teaching us that there's much more to living than our occupation, our status, and our biases. I've had more time to reflect on me, my family, my neighbors, and the simpler things that I always took or have taken for granted. Social distancing has brought me closer to myself and how I look at life. It's less instant gratification, more towards what I can do to serve the greater good. The proverb, remember your past or you're doomed to repeat it, has a much more sobering effect on me today, as we could have mitigated all this pain. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Alex Edmiston. During this period of social isolation, I've been thinking a lot about, we've had a lot of time at home to think about things, and it's made me think about a man named Clayton Christensen. If you don't know who he is, he's written a book called The Innovator's Dilemma. It was actually one of Steve Jobs' favorite books. But Clayton's also famous for a lecture he gave at Harvard called How Will You Measure Your Life? And it's something that he gave to his graduating class in the Harvard Business School. And it's just made me think about this global pandemic that is in many ways going to be the most profound thing that any of us have experienced in our lives. And we've had a lot of time to think. We've had a lot of time to think about, perhaps what difference can I make? How can I use my talents? Or to do, as Abraham Lincoln said, how can I summon my better angels? And I'm just thinking, as we hear so many negative messages, I'm just really feeling like, is this, when people say it's a crisis and that's something so negative, I'm really feeling like in many ways, with all of us thinking about, what a difference we could make, this may be our finest hour.
Hi, my name is Rock Thomas with your 1 minute tip. Life is happening for you, not to you. Years ago, when I was in my 20s, I was in Asia. I lost all my traveler's checks, called my dad, and he said, "You got yourself there, you can get yourself home," and he hung up on me. You see, it forced me to apply for a job as a model and teach Japanese people how to speak English. When life steps up and gives you difficult circumstances, like many of us are going through now, it gives you an opportunity to be the hero, to find a part of yourself you didn't know existed, because life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. So go ahead, step up, and find the new you.
Hi, my name is Shannon Bienvenue, and my one tip is building the right community around you. It's really important for us to take the time to reflect on what's important to us. And sometimes we have to do that while we're alone. Don't be afraid to be alone. It is scary. When I had to do it, I had to let go of some really good people in my life, as well as some family members, because I couldn't grow to who I was or who I wanted to be, or even who I felt I was meant to be, because I was so busy trying to fit into their world. So once I let go and I spent more time on my own, I was able to see what was important to me. In doing that, I had to have the courage, and you have to have the courage to let some people go. When you let these people go and you spend time on your own, the right people come in to support you and help you grow to be the best version of yourself as a parent, as a woman, and even as a business owner or colleague. I wish you luck.
Hi, I'm Charlie Atkinson. Here's my tip. We're going through an unprecedented period of disruption, chaos, and dilemma, such that if you focus on them, they can be paralyzing. If you believe in the fear, wallow in the uncertainty, and fill yourself with doubt, it gets pretty bleak and depressing fast. Charles Darwin said it best for me. It's not the strongest or the smartest that survives. It's the one most adaptable to change. I adapt by focusing on 3 things: attitude, belief, and commitment. A can-do attitude backed by winning beliefs and a commitment to excellence. And I believe that you can thrive and survive and be a difference maker in these times. I believe that because optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. And I believe in your greater power and purpose to be a difference maker. Life is all about choices, and one of my favorite quotes will lead you to mine. When it rains, look for the rainbows, and when it's dark, look for the stars. Every day, regardless of how the challenges of the world and life affect me, I say three things. I can, I will, I conquer. Stay positive.
Hi, I'm Kelly Garrett. Now that we're all marooned at home with lots of time on our hands, it's a good time to work on self-compassion. We're used to being out in the world racing around, and now we're at home with too much time to think. So, Dr. Kristen Neff, who is an international expert on self-compassion, recommends these three elements. That when we notice that we are in self-judgment, judging ourselves for anything, to be nice to ourselves and talk to ourselves as if we were talking to a 5-year-old with kindness. When we notice we feel isolated, and who doesn't right now, that we tap into our common humanity, because after all, so many of us are isolated right now. And finally, when we feel we are over-identifying with our emotions, feeling frustrated, feeling lonely, feeling whatever we're feeling, allow ourselves to feel it and not ruminate, just be mindful. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Sean. I'm from Israel, and my tip to you is first, be in stillness. Let the frustration be. Take it out. It's very important and healthy. But also try to remember this is only an energy, and every energy could be transformed. We never control what happens to us. We only control how we take it. Therefore, we can take this energy and choose to transform it into creation, into happy, into joy. And a very helpful tool is dancing. Try to dance. When you move to the music, all the good hormones in your body nourishes you and make you happy and give you the possibility to grow to the new you. Try to ask yourself, if I look at myself in a retrospect, would you like to see who you were? See you.
My name is Evelina Hovic, and my tip today is to use visualization as a powerful tool of creation. We are facing a very challenging situation at the moment, and we don't know yet how it's all going to work out. But we can create our own version of how we would like it to work out. We can imagine and visualize it. So let's say, imagine sometime in the future that you're telling the story about this crazy situation to someone who is much younger. Maybe your kids, maybe your future kids, maybe just an audience of people. Imagine them telling about the situation and then tell them how it all worked out. Make up a story. Tell them the victory, the solution. Imagine as many details as you can think of and include them in your story. The main thing is to focus on the victory, on the feeling of the solution, on the feeling of the outcome. The more of us can focus, imagine, and visualize the best possible scenarios, the more impact it will have on the collective energy. We have the power over our own thoughts, and we can make a difference.
Hi, I'm David Lipper, coming to you from Los Angeles, and this is my 1 minute. First off, I want to send much love to everybody during this difficult time. But I also want people to look at what you can do with some out-of-the-box thinking. And as businessmen and women, out-of-the-box thinking is one of the keys in adapting to the changing environments that we deal with. As a filmmaker, having just been in this situation where we just finished last week when the mayor locked down the city here in Los Angeles, we had to adapt. We had to change locations. We had to shorten scenes. We had to cut scenes. We had to merge locations. And what that forced me to do, counterintuitively, so to speak, is be creative, more creative than I normally would have in this situation. And so where sometimes you feel confined by borders, I'm going to encourage you all to see the creative opportunity in these borders. It gives you structure, it gives you focus. And if you're good at adapting, you can adapt and you can overcome. And that's my wish for you. This is my 1 minute. Over and out.
Hi, I'm Rita Lonkar. I'm a mother and a professional. And during this time and working from home, my most important piece of advice to you is to have a routine. Either continue the routine that you had before or start a new one with yourself, with your family. For instance, what we do at home, both myself and my husband are professionals in the IT industry. We have 2 young children, 10 and 8, and to help us all, we have a schedule. We have a routine that we stick to. I get up in the morning, I do my yoga, meditation, we have breakfast together, and everyone's got a schedule. Homeschooling doesn't have to be complicated. As long as you have a routine, the whole family can go about their day and connect throughout the day. Remember to schedule time in for family time as well during the day and to take some breaks. Thank you.
Claude Reeves. I hope everyone is doing well today. I very much believe that the more real data people have about the world and their situation, the more in control they're going to feel. I'm a big fan of authors Steven Pinker and Hans Rosling, who are strong believers in this. My trick for making what is a huge worldwide situation into something manageable is by skipping the sensational news cycles and focusing on understanding the data, how pandemics work in the real world, and good news about the countries that are actually dealing with this crisis ahead of us. A great way of doing this is finding great sources for data and objective analysis. There are some amazing websites out there that do just that, not politicized or looking for rating, but just trying to share the real picture. Find the right ones for you and read more than watch. That way you can decide when and how you're going to interact with the news and what aspect of it you really want to learn about. So much good is being done in the world right now, and people are stepping up in just unbelievable ways. So it's very important you take the time and add that to your news cycle. I'm sure that will make you feel better.
Hi, my name's Jan Frolick, and my tip would be to let you know everything is going to be all right. I owned an advertising company through a economic downfall, recession, 2007, 2008. I worried extensively about my staff, their families, their mortgages, and in the end, I did have to close my company. I took a massive financial hit, but we all came out of it just fine. Everybody got new jobs, and I had this amazing opportunity to pivot personally and professionally. I was able to really consider who I wanted to be for the rest of my life. And I moved from having a big advertising agency into being a global advocate for women and girls. And that is something that has been so fulfilling. So I would say use the time wisely, dream about who you want to be if you need to make that personal and professional pivot, and just do it when the time comes.
G'day, my name's David Stevens, and my tip is believe in something. Now, ex-US President John F. Kennedy once said, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Now, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but the studies have shown that those who give more and live for something bigger than themselves are generally much more happier and resilient than people that just sort of live for what they can get out of life. Now, in my experience, this really makes sense. You know, I think that if you have community, if you have something that drives you other than just making money, for example, then you will get a lot more out of whatever you do. And I would really encourage everyone to stop for a moment right now and really think about what is driving their life. What is fundamentally behind it? Is there community? Is there is there religion? Is there something else that really is at the basis of what makes you you? And so believe in something, commit to it, and align everything else up with that belief, and you'll be amazed at what you can both overcome and achieve.
Hi, my name is Andrea Swedan. I came across a nice sentence this morning and I want to share it with you. The more diverse your mind is, the more you become a true citizen of the earth. Remember, change starts with you. By broadening your horizons, you are broadening your opportunities. This is what I think is best. Great sentence because it's more what I see myself in. I'm a single mom. I chose a career that I'm genuine about, that I love, passionate. I'm very positive, and that helps, and you should be too. You should never burn your bridges. There's always a way back somewhere, somehow in life. And there's always plan B. Never stick to just A. Challenge yourself. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. You could come up with A, B, C, and fourth.
My name is Greg Davison, and my tip is to embrace online video and online collaboration. Many people today, including myself, are just not naturally comfortable in front of a camera. And there's lots of great technologies, Microsoft Teams, Cisco WebEx, Google Hangout, Zoom, House Party, a bunch of free ones as well. And I made a decision a week ago in the age of social distancing to leverage video chat at every opportunity to grow more comfortable with it. In the absence of physical presence, video just gets us closer. It helps us communicate facial expressions, body language, gestures. And I'd also say to everyone, have fun with it. For example, my team brought forward an idea where on Wednesdays, we now have a happy hour. We get together and do a large video chat. This past week, the theme was funny shirts. And this week coming up is bring your pets to work. In a physical world where we put 6 feet of tape on the ground in grocery stores to keep people physically apart, get as close as you can online.
Hi, my name's Anita, and my tip is really about having a lifestyle of abundance. And this cuts across in terms of love, relationship, wealth, and resources. And if you see the traits of people who have an abundant mindset, it's really about thinking big vis-a-vis thinking small. It's about having audacious goals and going out and delivering them. It's really about embracing change vis-a-vis fear of change. It's about a mindset that understands that change is integral to our life and change leads to positive outcomes. And even if it's difficult to navigate, we should be up for it. It's really about learning and knowing it all, because an abundance mindset craves learning and growth. And they have a never-ending thirst for knowledge and developing new skills. And during these tough times, that's exactly what we'll all have to do.
Hi, my name is Rabbi Ruben Pupko. I'm in Montreal. We're all living in very difficult and stressful times. It's not easy for anybody. I spend a lot of time on the phone talking to older people who are alone. I've talked to a lot of survivors of the Holocaust. And my tip for the day really comes from them, because they have an enormous amount of strength, even in difficult times. And the tip I have is simple. The best therapy is thinking about other people and taking care of other people. We've all had this experience where we open up our phone and look for a phone number and we see names of people with whom we have lost touch, even family members with whom we've lost touch. Reach out and call somebody. Everybody wants to connect with someone else. Everybody is uplifted when they realize other people are thinking about them and caring about them. It makes them feel better. And the magic is, the miracle is, it makes you feel better. Reach out, think about other people, reconnect, rebuild relationships. This is the time to do that. While we're hunkering down, it's time to reach out. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Choma Ifayakur, and my tip for you today is, who will you be after this? While there's so much going on externally around us and we can't necessarily control those things, what we can control is who we are on the inside and the things that we do daily to get us to become a better person when we come out of all of this. So a few different things that you can do to keep productive and to keep excited about your next chapter, whether in your career or your business, are your mindset, really reflecting and being grateful for all you have. So maybe write 5 different things you're grateful for every day. 2, commit and complete. There's some projects that you put aside that you haven't necessarily gotten around to getting those things done. Get those things done. Educate and elevate. Read, study, take a course, attend an online conference, whatever it is, stay on top of your game. 4, take care of your health. And last but not least, number 5, check in with coworkers, family members, friends. Make somebody smile, make somebody's day. And that's my tip for you. Who will you be after this?
My name is Steve McClellan. And my tip is, in these trying times, we need to learn that it's a very fragile time in our world, our financial markets. So we want to maintain a positive attitude. There's no doubt that's a scary time that we're facing. So we got to be innovative in our business. We got to figure out how we can pivot and help others. We got to figure out how we can be positive to others, reach out and be social. make sure that you stay in touch with your friends. It's the best thing that we can do in these trying times.
Hello, my name is Naveen Athanasius Rainoni, and my tip for you today regarding what we're going through is really just take the time and enjoy the peace that we've been given. I believe it's an opportunity that's been handed to us to be with our families, to connect with old friends, even if it's via, the internet. It's okay. All those people that you couldn't talk to because you never had the time, well, you've been given the time. Projects that you wanted to attack that you couldn't do it before because you didn't have time, we've been given the opportunity. And honestly, just being at peace and figuring out what it is that we really want to do, we've been given this opportunity. So all I can say is seize the moment.
My name is Shazmera. Uncertainty and disruption can be overwhelming and uncomfortable. Our brains have been hardwired to think like farmers, sowing seeds and reaping the harvest. We are creatures of habit and routine, and the sense of repetition tricks us into believing that we can protect our lives and our careers. However, events take place that shake up our entire world of comfort and complacency as we know it. Now is not the time to be fearful and defensive, however. We must instead train our brains to think like hunters instead of farmers. Hunters are insatiably curious. They play offense. Hunters are nimble and able to adapt to shifting landscapes. Hunters are willing to destroy and rebuild everything for the sake of forging a better path forward. We have to embrace chaos and uncertainty in order to innovate and thrive. Let's take this opportunity to get out of the weeds and listen to our own thoughts with focus and clarity. Transformational shifts and ideas take place 50,000 feet up in the air. We will get through this and we will come out of it stronger than ever before. Stay optimistic and don't forget to think like a hunter.
Hi, I'm Joanna Hunter, and this is my tip. My tip is if you're learning one thing right now, then self-love will be the thing that will set everything apart. When you're learning to love oneself, it is a lifelong journey and commitment to learning all about you. And doing that will massively raise your vibration and consciousness. And when we raise our vibration and consciousness, then we get an entirely new perspective on the world. And that new perspective will give you so much more joy and happiness and inner peace. Plus, you will be able to see your problems as opportunities. And that is my 1 minute tip.
Hello, my name is Ryan LaHaye. For my tip, I'd like to talk today about, well, we're in a pandemic, so it's very disrupting. We were talking about that a few minutes ago before I started. Disruption is huge. Disruption is something that we want to avoid as human beings. It's something that we don't like talking about, but often disruption is something that we absolutely need. It's where we grow. It's where our true colors comes out. And so how to accept disruption, a couple tips on how to accept disruption. So the first thing, the thing that I use every day is that understanding that all you have is the present. The way to look at it, the way I look at it, is that now is all you have. And so whatever's happening now is absolutely perfect because it just is. Now is now, it's now, and it's going to be now in 10 seconds. So stop trying to fight the now. Now is now, it's perfect, and it couldn't be any other different. And lastly, and very importantly, we all try to do great things, but that's hard. And so instead of trying to do great things, do a lot of little things, but do them with great love. And I think that's the best. That's the best thing.
Hello, everyone. My name is Margaret Young, and my tip for you today is to cultivate the practice of meditation. One thing that I do with my children every night is actually do some deep breathing. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we close our eyes and we would listen to a recording of 528 hertz on YouTube. It's actually the love energy vibration. And if you can try and practice that either on your own or with your family, I think you'll find it very, very useful.
My name is Yotam Zucker. I'm from Israel, the startup nation. Winston Churchill once said, that never waste a good crisis. I think this is a great opportunity for all of us, both in our organization, in our companies, as a startups, as entrepreneurs, to take a deep look on what we did till now and what we really try to, how we really try to innovate and why we couldn't do it, and take this opportunity, take this crisis, deeply look on what we were doing, maybe what we were doing wrong, how we can take this crisis, this opportunity, change, restart our life, our business, our friendship, our partnership, uh, uh, our community, and take this crisis an opportunity. I wish for all of you good luck, stay healthy, and see you after the world will be different. Bye bye from Israel.
My name is Akila Allen Silverstein, and my tip would be to be adaptable, to be flexible, and always open to learning, to be a lifelong learner. I think in the current environment we're in, things are changing rapidly, and you need to be open to pivoting to a new career if the time calls for it. I think careers now in 10 years, may all be different. From my personal experience, I have a degree in psychology and biology, and fast forward, I'm in a career I love, and I'm a certified financial planner. So, that was a complete 180, but I was able and open to diving right in and learning. And there's a plethora of education or information just available in today's day and age. And whatever you want to learn or whatever skills you want to sharpen, there's an opportunity to do so. And that would be my tip for today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nasser Al-Asfar. Today, I have the opportunity to share with you, maybe to give an advice. So I choose the one I feel and think is the most important one. One word: resilience. In every aspect of life, resilience is the key, in personal as well as in professional life. We will experience, we will feel, we will be hurt, we will fall, but we must have the strength to keep going and succeed. So be resilient, believe in yourself, and you will overcome anything. To finish, I want to share with you a quote by Nelson Mandela. Do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back again. Have a great day, everyone, and be safe.
My name's Chris Taylor, and my tip is to be okay with not being okay. To let yourself be okay with not being at your optimal performance. I think the challenge that we have right now is obviously, the crisis, but also the fact that we have new information coming at us every week, every day, every hour, every minute, and that can have substantial impact on us. The sense of uncertainty, the lack of control, the concern for others, the concern for self. We go through these emotional roller coasters, and it's easy for those of us that are type A personality to want to control it. We can't control it. And because we can't control it, we're not operating at what we perceive to be sort of optimal efficiency. We need to be okay with not being okay, to feel the feelings, to let it sit in. And if you have a bad day, to say, I had a bad day, it's okay. Tomorrow will be different. We need to lean into the things we can control, which is our response to the feelings themselves.
Hi, my name is Olga Volkova, and I'd like to talk to you about experimenting with ideas. We're often looking for one big thing to pursue, especially when we are in need for a change due to circumstances. Instead, I'd like to invite you to experiment with little things and pursue little opportunities. And before you know, you might be onto something extraordinary. Downtime can be uptime. Ideas are everywhere. So keep your eyes open, let your imagination fly. And speaking from personal experience, at least in digital space, everything is possible. And experimenting is the key.
Hi, my name is Ron Dembo, and I'm going to give you a tip today. It comes from my experience working with people, and the tip is directed at people who are working in various jobs, doesn't matter what. What really differentiates really strong people from weak people in a job is the people who are strong put all their heart into whatever they're doing, even if it's something they don't like doing. So it's something that I've always followed all my life, and it's really helped me. So if I'm frying an egg or making an omelet, I try to make the world's best omelet. If I'm talking to someone on the phone, I try to treat them as if they were the Queen of England. And that's my tip.
Hi, I'm Erin Leslie from Toronto, Canada. My 1-minute advice is to you. I know it feels as though your life has been turned upside down. You thought you were ready for change and approached your career, finances, healthcare, and family with attention and balance. Now your world is being controlled by someone else, something else, and factors outside of your ability to affect or approve, besides your ability to stay home and stay vigilant. How do you shift that reality into a mantra of strength and positive change? Focus your energy in creating your future around one thing that no one can take away from you, your passion. As quickly as a pandemic can change your life's plans, your biggest reward to yourself is to build a future that surrounds you no matter what change comes your way. My tip to you is to create a plan of intention to share your purpose in the future through a creative expression, entrepreneurial opportunity, or charitable platform. I hope that this pandemic has shown you the world wants you to invest in its future while bringing happiness to your own life.
My name is Akwesi Abua. First of all, I want to say that those that have lost family members to this pandemic, I pray that God comforts you. For those that have family members that are ill to this pandemic as well, I pray that God heals them. I believe that this is an equal playing field. This is an equalizer. What is happening with this COVID-19 allows us to question ourselves. Are we happy with the lifestyle we've lived up until now? If not, I want you to make it right. If you're a business owner, you're a manager, make it right by your employees. If you're a parent, make it right by your family. If there's somebody that you know that you're holding a grudge with, it's not worth it. Call them and forgive them. Because at the end of the day, you have to remember, life is too short, yet it could be very long. So let us make it right by each other. Because at the end of the day, we are all here for one reason and one reason alone. That is to live life and be happy. So let's make it right.
Hi, my name is Janet Ling. I'm here to share my tip during this global pandemic. Be calm and stay connected. With all the technologies we have, there are many ways for us to stay connected. The website, the mobile app, social media, the news. It is important for us to stay connected with our government, the medical experts, to hear their advice, guidance, and the news. It is also important for us to stay connected with our employers to understand their rapidly changing business priorities to help others. Most importantly, stay connected with your family and friends, your loved ones. During this challenging time, mental health is as important as keeping the social distance. So be calm and stay connected. We will go through this together.
Hello, my name is Andrew Bromfield, and my suggestion during these times is to focus only on the things that you can control, because it's a waste of time to be consumed by those things you can't control. It's a unique time. We're all going through this together. Every corner of the world, it's not unique or special to any one group. It's all of us together. And while I say to focus on the things you can control, take this time to really invest in yourself, to reach out to friends, colleagues you haven't spoken to in a while, get their insight, talk about what you think the recovery may look like, and then take that insight and look into yourselves, look into your business. If you're a professional, look at the things that you can do to add the most value when that recovery kicks in, because we will recover from this, and take this time to be best prepared to offer the most value when that recovery does happen.
Hi, my name's Rick Spence. I think that a time like this, the pandemic, the coronavirus, is going to bring out the best in a lot of people. Constraint breeds innovation. It breeds opportunity. And it's beholden on all of us to become our best selves over this period. And that's especially applicable to those who are leaders. If you're the head of a family, the head of a business, a manager in a business, the owner of a business, you have a team, and it's really important that you keep that team motivated. It's important that you tell them how great they are, how important they are, how important your mission is, and you constantly give them important, worthwhile activities to do. Give them leeway to move the business forward, to take leadership roles in the organization or even the family. And they will reward you by being more motivated and more productive and more innovative than you could dream. So bring out the best in your people, bring out the best in yourself as a leader, and we'll all get through this together.
My name is Sybil Allen, and my tip is that it's important for us to remember that nothing lasts forever. It's like our breath. Our breath changes as we're going along every day. It's always changing. And so we have the opportunity then to, grow and change and shift based on that. From a business perspective, I also feel that it's important for us to maintain and work with the things that we're passionate about. For me, that passion is being a voice and an advocate for people who need to be included in all aspects of our society. And so for me, that passion will remain no matter what is going on around the world. And I think that it's important for us to realize that this is an opportunity for a cleansing of our spirits, to figure out what matters most to us, and to continue to work for and support those things, and use this as an opportunity to grow.
Hello, my name is Penny Uber from Israel, and my 1 minute tip will be stay optimist and laugh as much as you can. You know, in those days that everything is going down and even the mood, try to find your best capabilities, try to enhance them. I'm trying to do that. Try to find opportunities, and like the great Charlie Chaplin said, a day without a laughter is a day wasted. So laugh, release endorphins, and feel better. I hope that will be after those days very soon, and a very strong one. And I will wish you all stay safe, stay healthy, and good spring holidays.
Hi, I'm Lori Bailey, and I think it's important to trust yourself. I've learned that in times of uncertainty, it can cause us to carry a lot of added stress. I've been able to deal with stressful situations in my life, both personally and professionally, not because I think I'm a stronger person, but truly because I conscientiously remind myself that more often than not, stress is caused by worrying about things that probably will never happen. The reality is yes, we have to anticipate, we have to prepare, and we have to plan. But at the end of the day, to keep yourself thinking clearly and to successfully get through everything, trust yourself. You'll get through it. Whatever's happening right now and has happened in the past that was stressful, you got through it and you will again.
Hi everyone, it's Brian Katzenbach here. And today I want to tell you how we can change the mood of the people around us. A couple of days ago, I went to shopping and I noticed everybody is stressed out and grumpy in these tough times. So I decided to change that. I started thanking people. I thank people at the door. I thank cashiers. I thank people who are working in Costco's and Longo's. And you have no idea how much that changed the mood of the people around us. I started thanking a person at the door and he was smiling because nobody else was doing that. I started thanking the cashier at the Longo's, and she was a young lady. She was almost in tears and smiling. So people, please, when you go out, say thank you and tell people how much you appreciate their coming to work and keeping our city functional. Because of them, we have good health, we have hospitals running, and we have stores that are open. We can put food on the table. Thank people and change the mood around you. Have a great day.
Hi, my name's Esri Karlebach, and here's my 1 minute tip. We're living in stressful times right now, and understandably, people are focusing on the present, but we also, of course, think about the future. And my tip is not just to think about the future, but to think about how you think about the future. Now that happens at different levels, including, of course, at the individual level of psychology, at the social level, as we think about what comes next after the pandemic, but perhaps most importantly, at the cultural level, by which I mean the imagination, the products of our storytelling and the way we tell stories about the future. Now, I've been a science fiction fan for about 50 years, so I have a long-standing fascination with the future. And it's not just because it's predictive that science fiction is useful. As science fiction author Elliot Pepper said in an article in Harvard Business Review, science fiction helps us to reframe our perspective on the world.
Hi, my name is Angela Podolsky, and this is my 1-minute tip. I want to thank everybody from around the globe that came together to make this a reality. Thank you for your motivation. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and making this project a reality. The second thing, I want to tell you the 2 reasons I wanted to do this project. The first reason, as I understand that scarcity mindset, fear and fight and flight, and nervousness cannot coexist at the same time as innovation, problem solving, and inspiration. And so I wanted to move people from this type of mindset to innovation and inspiration. The second thing is because I saw people posting from around the globe how to wash their hands, what to do. And so I thought, why not to share tips of how to inspire, how to motivate, what people do from around the globe that maybe can help somebody else in business and personal. And that's where it was born. So I hope you enjoyed the tips. I hope it helped you in many ways. And if you have a tip, if you want to share something that you think will benefit somebody else from around the globe, please do your 1-minute tip, post it, and share it with the world.